Yahweh Shah, Barak Atah, double honors to the elders. This is GMS Wisconsin current events, dealing with the news and articles that we find throughout the week. And I guess we'll start.
Yeah, go ahead.
First article is Forbes Media sold to Hong Kong's integrated whale.
Yeah.
It's on the computer.
That's why I said you don't need the phone.
You might need a case.
Yeah, just in case.
Say like that's why I don't need y'all around each other too much.
Alright. It says Steve Forbes will stay on as chairman and editor-in-chief of Forbes Media. After 97 years of family ownership, Forbes Media has announced it has sold a majority stake in the company to a Hong Kong-based group of international investors. Forbes Media, which includes Forbes Magazine, was sold to Integrated Whale Media Investments for an undisclosed sum. The Forbes family said it would still have a significant stake. Steve Forbes will remain as chairman and editor-in-chief.
Yeah. I mean, as you can see, Forbes magazine is not your typical ordinary magazine. It's a luxury magazine that feature yachts, Lear jets, islands. If you learned in higher life, which I ain't lived there, I just studied it, then you'll know what the Forbes magazine is. So this is not no ordinary magazine. This is the top echelons of magazines when you do the top 20. Forbes magazine.
Comes to luxury and all of that.
Yeah. They up there with Esquire and Robb Report. A lot of y'all don't know about the Robb Report. No, that's it. Okay. So yeah, we got scriptures for them. Filter everything through the scriptures.
Okay, this is Job chapter 21 and 7. It says, "Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power. Their seed is established in their sight."
Exactly, and Steve Ford fit that to the T. That's a family-owned business, 97 years. And he's not no young man, by the way, if you see the picture of him.
Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear.
Right, they live in gated communities. They live on private islands.
It says, "Neither is the rod of God upon them."
Exactly, because it was on the blacks, Latins, and Native Americans.
It says, "Their bull gendereth and faileth not. Their cow calveth and casteth not her calf."
Right, meaning the cattle that they own on the acres of land that they own, they don't have birth defects and they don't have blemishes and spots and diseases breaking out. Because what? The wrath of Yahweh Shai is not upon them.
It says, "They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance. They take the timbrel and harp, and rejoice at the sound of the organ. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave."
Right, so they get fluent, and that's why a lot of the blacks, Latins, and Native Americans, when you run into these Edomites, that you actually feel less than because they be fluent in classical arts, classical literature. They be fluent in writing, speech, reading notes, music, the different instruments that belong to us, the string instruments. And they want to set pianos up and everything. And that's why when we go to their houses, like remember when you was going to them rich people houses, when we go in there, we have this sense of awe, because you see a piano, you see a trumpet laying on the side, a flute, and you know, real instruments that you can play and touch, like a harp. Right, and we ain't go to no museum. Right. See, the blacks, Latins, Native Americans, we gotta go to museums to see stuff like that. Right. Or we gotta be in school at the art class, or the music class. And then they tell our parents that they're gonna lend a flute out to us that only costs $20-something. And when we lose it, like I lost mine, personal experience, I lost mine, I got a whooping because my auntie couldn't pay for it. and they charged her for the next year. When I re-enrolled in school, that was tacked on. You know, when you lose books and all that. I got in trouble behind that. So we understand these scriptures and know that y'all fit these to the T. This is talking about Esau.
Yep. All them privileged classes that they have, like we were saying earlier. They got Tuesdays, flute day, or some shit like that, or personal trainers to come in.
Private schools.
Yeah, private schools and personal trainers to come in and teach them all that.
They well mannered. They got etiquette. How you say it? Etiquette.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. They make us feel less than what we are. This is verse 14. It says, "Therefore they say unto God, Depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways." Right?
So, go ahead.
They take the prayers out of the schools.
Man, that's cool. No, that's cool, because that's right, too.
Yeah, they just gradually been doing that for the last 30, 40 years.
Actually, they take the knowledge of God out of school.
Yeah. You can't say in God, I trust.
Right.
What else you can't do in
The pledge of
school?
allegiance, it really talking
You
about.
can't talk about religion.
Yeah, you can't talk about religion.
Yeah.
Okay, it says verse 15, "What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him? Lo, their good is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from them. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out? And how oft cometh their destruction upon them?"
Exactly. And the only people who understand that is the prophets. That's why it's question mark and you question mark and you question mark. Because precepts are supposed to come behind them question marks if you're a prophet.
It says, "God distributeth sorrows in his anger." It says, verse 18, "They are as stubble before the wind."
Right. So what's that? At the end of the day, the seventh plague, the last, the end everything, is the thermonuclear fire, which will turn them into stubble. All of them. And the echelons of those who don't work and put their name out on magazines, because he a low level, they the ones going in the pit and going to have a continuous employment.
It says, "And as chaff that the storm carrieth away."
Right.
It says, "God layeth up his iniquity for his children.
See that?
He rewarded
Yeah.
them."
So keep on having these kids and keep on, pushing your double-deck strollers, because y'all all in Sears and everywhere with those. And get ready for this iniquity to happen to your kids. And yeah, we know about y'all reincarnation. We know that y'all understand that y'all come back every third to fourth generation. So you know that's you coming back. You don't remember everything. So he gonna get you.
It says, "And he shall know it. His eyes shall see the destruction."
See that? So I just explained why you gonna see it, because you coming back.
"And he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty."
Exactly. And I'm gonna name one head family. Who was that? The Rothschild. Who was that? The Rothschilds came back as who? How did that order go?
Oh, no, the Borgias came back as the Rothschilds.
Okay. See? Like things like that. So they still here. Because you would say, oh, that was the 15th, 16th century. You guys crazy? No, it's you crazy. Because I wake up every morning to Good Morning America and Rockefeller Plaza. Remember that? So don't tell me motherfucker ain't here.
Yep. Because Chesley Bozier is what's their son name? David Rockefeller.
Boy, if they send y'all me the picture of his head. That's him.
Yeah. He know that's him.
Yeah, that's the 20.
21. Yeah, because then just jump to, where we at? Oh, jump to 30. Yeah, 30, 32.
Verse 21, it says, "For what pleasure hath he in his house after him, when the number of his months is cut off?"
Right, because America's going to be turned into a desert wasteland. So there isn't going to be any golf course or plan or sending your kids to any classes or none. Unless you plan on walking on hot sand. Yeah.
Stubble.
Right.
All right, verse 30. It's Job 21 and 30. It says that the wicked is reserved to the day